Man, so I woke up this morning to some very, very sad news, man. Chicago area rapper Juice World, he's from Calumet Park, which is literally right on the outskirts of Chicago, like right next door to Chicago, man. He's from Cal Park, is what I heard. But yeah, the young man passed away. Allegedly, he had a seizure when he landed in the airport, Chicago Midway Airport, after coming from Cali, and he had a seizure while he was walking. And allegedly, while he was having a seizure, blood was coming from his mouth, and then paramedics arrived and everything like that, and he was pronounced dead later at the hospital. Man, it's very, very sad news, man. 21-year old, very, very, very young. What's crazy is I was talking to my boy Melvin. We were talking about the huge fan base that he was able to generate. Like he had a huge following, humongous following, based upon the music that he made. A lot of people gravitated to the music that he made. And I was very proud, especially a young brother from the Chicago area that's doing something positive with his life, that was able to find a way to provide for his family and change life for his mom. He probably got brothers and sisters. Change life for them in general. And that was dope. That was dope for me to see. A young brother from the Chicago area doing something positive, but taking care of his family and living out his dreams. And it's sad that his life was ended, so abruptly. And when I heard the seizure thing, I'm not gonna lie, man. My first mind, and we don't know what was the cause of his death. We don't know what led to the cause of his death. But my first mind went to um, drugs, right? And I'm hoping it's not due to drugs, man, because I know that a lot of young brothers have the tendency to self-medicate through a lot of these toxins, these poisons, right? A lot of them have been through a lot of harsh realities, living in certain environments, certain circumstances they grew up in, and they try to escape depression through self-medicating by using lean and pills and things of that nature. However, these toxins have a horrible effect on your body, and they no good. They no good. I saw a young brother, like what was it, 2 years ago, by the name of Fredo Santana, right? Straight out of Inglewood, Chicago, Illinois, straight out of the roughest, harshest conditions that he was out of the roughest circumstances that a lot of young Chicago men face, right? He escaped that lifestyle, was living in California, had a son, had a girl, was living good. But unfortunately, he had the tendency to self-medicate due to the fact that I think he was suffering from PTSD, from being entrenched in a lot of street wars with his guys in Chicago, losing a lot of loved ones, losing a lot of people close to him. I think he used lean to self-medicate, to try to get over the past or try to move beyond it or try to forget about it. And unfortunately, it led to him passing away at an early age when his son was just a small baby. And man, I'm hoping drugs does not come into play with this, but I know that a lot of the young brothers from this area, not even just from Chicago in general, a lot of young brothers when they get into the music industry, a lot of them maybe be suffering from depression and escaping a lot of the stuff that they escaped. They tend to self-medicate, and then they have access to a lot of the drugs that they maybe want to use because they got money now. And like I said, 21 years old, man, so sad, such a young age. He was just beginning his life, just really starting out the best parts of his life. 21, you a baby. You really haven't experienced the joys of life. Now he experienced a lot more than what uh, I have experienced due to the fact that he was making good money, able to travel, to see all different type of things that he's never seen before. Show his mom, probably his brothers and sisters or family members and friends things that they've never seen before in their life. But unfortunately, man, his life ended. And it's sad to hear, man. Like I said, my boy called me this morning. I hadn't even been on social media. My boy woke me up, was like, "Hey, you heard about Juice World?" I'm like, "What?" And he told me, and I got on the phone and seen exactly what happened. But man, yo, like, just a word to the wise, man. Like, them toxins are horrible, horrible for your body, and even like, and if it was due to drug abuse, right? He could have been going through the withdrawals from trying to quit, and the withdrawals are deadly. The withdrawals are like horrible when you try to quit, when you're trying to quit lean and all that type of stuff, which is why I advise brothers to never start in the first place, man. Lean is like liquid heroin, and the withdrawals that brothers go through trying to get off that, I've heard rappers like G Herbo. I heard a lot of other rappers explain what they go through when they going through the withdrawals when they quitting the substance. And it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible the stuff that they describe, man. And my condolences to his family, his friends, his loved ones. And I know a lot of the fans are hurt. And for me, I didn't listen to his music a lot, but I was just a fan of the fact that he was a young brother from my area that was doing something positive, changing his life, and just got away from all this crazy stuff going on in the city and was able to go different places and really, really live life and enjoy it to its fullest. And I'm sure he did that in this short time that he was on this earth. But once again, it's just sad, man. It's very, very sad news, man. Like, you never want to wake up and hear about nobody passing away for sure. Especially the young brother, anybody though, anybody. You don't know, a young brother passing away, not from natural causes. You never want to hear that. But then, you got a young brother that escaped all type of harsh realities going on in their environment to go on and do big and powerful things and have an effect on the world. Music touches everybody. Music is a universal language. It touches everybody. Not just people in your city, not just people in your own ethnicity, not just people in your own gender, not just people of your own religious beliefs or whatever. It touches the masses. So he had a profound effect on the world, man. And that's just, at a young age, that's dope. I was looking at how much, money he was generating and how much, he was out here getting busy doing his thing. And I was like, wow. When my boy Melvin told me, we were talking about his net worth and, all the money he was getting and all the stuff that he was making from doing these shows. And I was just really proud. I never even met the brother. But I was just like, wow, man, that brother is really out here shining. He's doing his thing, and I'm sure he's living a life that he always probably wanted to live. Right? I watched the interview where he was talking about how he was working somewhere when he first finished school, and he was like, I can't do this. I can't just make this minimal amount of money and try to live off of this. I got to do something bigger and better. I got to reach my goals. And he definitely reached his goals, man. And it's sad to see a young brother lose his life like that, man. I can imagine on that scene, man, seeing somebody with blood coming from their mouth and seizure. Horrible, horrible imagery. And like I said, I just remember when Fredo Santana, man, another Chicago brother, was able to escape all the pain that he faced in his life. Able to escape all of that. All of that he escaped. And then the gun violence all his community was riddled with gun violence, gang violence. Him and his homies was entrenched in all type of street wars, right? Fredo turned to the music along with his cousin Chief Keef, Lil Durk and all of them. They turned to the music. They left Chicago. And Fredo was living in a nice big house, living the life he always wanted, always talking to his fans, just living a great, great life. But unfortunately, he succumbed to the lean usage. And he was using the lean because he was suffering from PTSD from being, and I know PTSD, people are sensitive to that term because they're like, no, that's for actual people that go through war. And I know living in Chicago, Illinois, and they was entrenched in street wars, that was some stuff that they had going on in their neighborhoods, and it's not like actual legal combat. But yeah, you see people dying all around you. You see people getting shot and killed, and seeing, people literally right next to you getting shot and killed. It has an effect on some people, and it's not good a lot of times. They go through depression and everything, and they try to self-medicate, man. But again, we will see what were the causes of Juice WRLD's death later on. But I just want to say rest in peace to the young brother, and my condolences to his friends and family, man. Sad to see a young brother lose his life so soon. Machiavelli Mills TV, peace.